start. There we go. Hey everybody, thanks for joining the stream tonight. Hope you guys are all having a pretty good evening. We'll talk about Bitcoin here in the big news of the day. Dogecoin had a little bit of a pop off because of Elon's tweet. We're going to see if the rally can sustain itself or if it's going to, start causing some issues, or if we might come back down a little bit. But now Dogecoin is holding steady, and we're seeing more and more golden crosses show up, which is kind of nice. But let's see if it could hold over the support line, and we'll talk about that in a little bit more though. So, hey Rodriguez, hey DJ, hey Maher, sorry if I mispronounced your name. Hey DJ again, let's see, oh Joseph, sorry my man. And hey Ryan, LaPush, Elmer, Prince, and there you go Joseph. Alright, hope you guys all having a good evening. I know a couple of you guys took some shorts over here today, so I'm glad about that one. You guys probably have made a little bit of money so far. I don't think a crazy amount, but one of you guys said you did a 100x leverage play on it. Pretty bold, but I mean, if you did it at the, I mean, yeah, you'd be up about 77% at the moment, and you could have been up over 100%, I guess. So that's pretty nice. There you go. So far the technicals are working out as far as Bitcoin's concerned. We'll talk about Bitcoin first, then we'll go over to Dogecoin, then we'll go over a lot of these other coins at the moment. But Dogecoin and AVAX, I think, with some of the big poppers off today. Oops, sorry, boy. Puppy. Oh, there you go. Puppy's out from beneath the He's out from underneath the desk. There we go. All right. Let's take a quick look here at Bitcoin very fast. Hey, Donna. Let's see what's going on here. Hey, 1977 and Ray. What do we got right here? And hey, Brett. Let's see. My mom's doing fine. I just talked to her a while ago. When I end this stream here, I feel like 8:30 or something, like an hour and a half. Maybe 9 o'clock, depending on how many viewers are in here. I'm going to drive over to my mom's house, and I'm gonna be like, I don't even know what, making up her bed and doing a whole bunch of stuff like that. Just normal day-to-day chore stuff. She has a home caregiver that comes through, but the home caregiver said it was too cold to drive today, and I don't know what that means. I mean, it was like in the 40s this morning, so not like drastic, but I have no idea. So I'm just gonna go over there and help her out a little bit. I've been busy taking care of Loki all day and cleaning up after his messes. Let's see. Hey Monica, happy to see you back here. So guys, and hey Parker, there's a bunch of stuff going on at the moment here. You can see kind of how cluttered this chart is, but you can kind of see where each thing it has its uses. The Fibonacci lines have been clear levels of resistance. When we are able to pop above them, they're nice levels of support, even though they don't really do much here. Support, no support here. The support was way down here. Fibonacci, trend line, a bunch of stuff. For the moment, guys, I think you guys really only need to look at this little screenshot. This is a 4-hour chart, and what we're looking at is just this pennant. There's going to be stuff that affects the way the pennant, the price moves within the pennant, but for now, just focus on this little downward pennant right here. Most likely, this is a bearish pennant continuation. We're going to hope for a reversal here if we can. Just until we're able to really break out of this and start moving back upwards, we're going to be in this bearish trend. The good thing is, this trend line right here, you can see how it's resistance. That's why some of the people took short positions earlier. And congrats to you guys that made some money. I took a small one, but I know a couple of you guys took over 100x leverage positions, which is wild. But you guys are up like 77%, so yeah, I'm not going to complain about that one. This trend line right here comes from this short-term move right there. Tap, tap, right here. Sorry, tap, tap, and it comes down right here. Resistance. I think we should be able to break above this, hopefully before tomorrow morning. Just give it a few more hours, and we should have a nice little cup and handle type thing. Well, not cup and handle, but we should be able to break out of it. The real big breakout opportunity is going to be this white line right here. In fact, let me make this white line, actually this white line, another color. Maybe a purple. There we go, purple. Okay, so focus on this white line right here. This is that larger white line that we've been trying to break out above for like weeks now. Almost, yeah, probably over a month, right? November 10th, yeah, about a month now. And we've been having trouble breaking out above it. We're very close to it again. Let's see if we have another opportunity. We're either going to try to break out, go sideways, or go up, of course, or we're going to have another sharp drop down until we hit like 40,000 or so. I'm hoping we don't take that 40,000 leap. I really want to be able to hold on to this orange line here on the bottom and then start making it move back up. I have a bunch of fib levels on here. I should probably... Oh, I got I see why I got so many fib levels. Okay. For now, I think I'm going to take the Fibonacci levels off. We really don't need them all too much here. And we can just, because you can see how many freaking lines there are. Let me take off this old trend line. We don't need that anymore. Don't need that anymore. Don't need this anymore. Don't need that anymore. And do I need this one? I don't know. That kind of fixes it up a little bit. Let me go back to the 4. We saw this breakdown a while ago. There we go. Much nice cleaner chart now without all that stuff going on. When I see charts like that, it reminds me of those not video games. You guys remember those games you used to play with your friends when we were all younger, where there's a whole bunch of marbles and there was a whole bunch of sticks? I think the game was actually just called Sticks, and you pull out the sticks and you just try to make sure you're not the one that drops all the marbles down below. That type of game. It reminds me of that because I have so much stuff going on in these charts sometimes. On the 4 hour, we've got our first bull in a while, which is kind of nice. We haven't had a bull signal in quite a bit of time, so hopefully we can try to get breakout here first of all. If we can, we could have a smaller golden cross of the 20-day moving average, or excuse me, the 20 moving average crossing over the 50 on the 4 hour chart, which should give us a little bit more momentum as we try to break out here. If we manage to break above this orange line and not this line, I probably wouldn't be buying Bitcoin if for a swing trade. I would be waiting to see if we can break above the white line, the one we've been trying to break out above for a month. That would be a good buying opportunity. Medium size, maybe add 5x leverage if you guys want to go on a leverage play there. Not more than that. It'll get a little bit risky, especially if Bitcoin does a little bit of a pump, dip, then take off type thing of what you can do. But for now, I think Bitcoin's in a solid position. Let's just wait this out. It does still look bearish, but the fact that we were able to hold this level, there was a lot of pressure to bring this sucker down, and we held. It does bode well that we can at least try to continue sideways long enough for whales to try to buy back in and help us out a little bit. Let me see what we got going on here. Hello, Scratcher. Did you see Dogecoin hit $25 million? Oh, yeah, it was just a glitch. I think you just said that, but I wish we were all very, very rich today. I wish we were all very, very rich today. Let's see. Hey, the push. Trust me, I know, right? Let's see. Hey, Garson. Oh my God, market Civil War. Hey, Ken. Happy to see you back, man. What do we got here? All right, there we go, everybody. All right. So let's take a look at Dogecoin now and some of these other coins that we've been looking at. I put out a video earlier. I forgot to publish it, but I did recently. What can I say about this in a moment? I think, or I'll kind of summarize what I said in the video. I would encourage you guys to look at the video I posted earlier. It'll give you a little bit more information about Dogecoin. But for now, I would encourage you guys, if you guys have Doge, just continue to hold some of it. If you guys... there's no real reason to be buying Doge right now, mostly just because every single time so far that you buy Doge, it tends to come back down. So if you hold it, you can continue to hold it. I still have some left over, but I'm just holding it. I'm not doing anything with it. If you guys did want to buy, which is totally fine, people want to do some swing trades, nothing wrong with that one. I would try to see here on some of these more like the half an hour, 45-minute moving averages, minute charts. If some of these moving averages can start to cross over this trend line as well, especially like on the hour, 2 hour, 3 hours, that might give you more confidence in buying Dogecoin. For now, I just want to hold over this trend line here. You can see how we broke out above it, and you saw instantly how that trend line became support right afterwards. Perfect support along with the 20 moving average on the 45-minute chart. But as we take a look at here, like this is the 5-minute chart. Let me zoom out a little bit. Moving averages are crossing over, even though they're starting to come back down a little bit. 15 crossing over, 200 on its way. 30 crossing over. You can see that's actually support right now. 45 golden cross there, trying to move over. And the longer it can stay above here, the more likely this breakout can continue a little bit. Maybe not go parabolic or something like that, even though this could be a start of a smaller rally if bulls want to take advantage of this. Who knows how many shorts are in Doge right now? I believe probably a lot of people are shorting Dogecoin. That if they're not careful, they'll get burned at these levels. But yeah, 1 hour, getting ready to cross up again. So there's a lot of upward pressure right now. Let's see if this stuff can, you know, continue. As far as the day chart's concerned, we managed to hold the breakout. I mean, now we're just really trying to hold, because we could easily come all the way back down here to 17, 16 cents before the end of this day candle. So it's a high risk play if you guys didn't want to do it. I would say no more than a few $100 with like maybe 5x leverage or so. You do want to be careful as we watch this Dogecoin action. Last time we had a big spike like this, it ended up coming down a little bit more and so forth. So just wait. It's better to wait if you have any, or if you bought some down here and you want to sell some for a profit, just to make sure you lock in a profit on that trade, you can sell some off. But for now, just enjoy the move. Let's hope that the volume will stay high coming into today, and then see if we'll be able to start riding off and starting to change this trend. Because overall, at least since you could say, I guess all the way back here in June, we've been in this channel here. Kind of like how SHIB was in its channel. Let me see if I can actually pull this up in a different way. SHIB daily. Oh, I don't have this set up. Okay, hold on. There we go. There you go. How SHIB was in its channel. I think your best opportunity if you guys wanted to make some money off of Dogecoin is to either just buy some and hold, long-term play, with your stop loss being this low here of about, what, 13 cents or so. Or you could just wait and then buy as it breaks above 35 cents. Now, there is a cost to doing that. Of course, you know, if you were to buy right now and then go up there, you'd be already up 86%. And then if you wanted to buy on the breakout, your price target would be somewhere between 60 cents and $1. 60 cents is only going to be 74%. 80 cents is going to be 133. And if we get all the way up to $1, it's going to be like 200%. So it'll be a good move regardless. But you got just make sure, whichever way you guys want to trade this, that you stick to your plan and you don't risk losing any money. So like if you buy up here at 35 cents, have a stop loss of 33 cents or something like that to really get going, because whenever Dogecoin takes off, it'll be a very strong and violent move, just because the whales are going to really say, people, you're not going to miss this right here. This is something you're going to have to buy at this point. And then from there, social media picks back up. Everybody's like, oh, Dogecoin round 2, let's go. Rocket ships, green helicopters, green shirt helicopters, stuff like that. Let me go back over here to Bitcoin now. There we go. Put this back side to side. Now we can actually take a look at SHIB here. SHIB's still looking, holding support. I think this is fine. I think this is going to be a great short if Bitcoin does take another leg down, more like ICP and things like that. But for now, looks okay. As long as it holds this level, you should be fine. It looks a little weak, but let's see if it's able to do anything special. Let's see. Ethereum, I told you it was going to come back down here a few days ago. Well, actually, I've been telling you since here, because it was kind of overvalued at that point. Came back down, holding support right here on this old trend line, which used to be resistance. If it does fall down below this one, I'd probably short it myself. But right now, you can see everything, again, is close to these support levels as Bitcoin's making up its mind. Matic, popping back up here a little bit. A lot of people sold it right here on the breakdown. I sold the rest of my Matic here. No, I sold all but 10%, but this is a YOLO 10% at this point, so it's not really a smart trade, if that makes sense. For now, though, you can continue to hold on Matic. If you want to have a stop loss for it, it's going to be all the way down here to $1.50 at like 25% less than what it is right now. Otherwise, you should be fine. If you guys did want to buy into Matic, you could either buy it on this trend line way down here, this white one, or this orange one right here as well. I wouldn't really recommend buying it in this middle zone, just because even though the price can definitely go up from here and try to break out again and go up 20%, it can always go back down here like a negative 12% or something like that. So just be cautious how you guys approach that. Or you could always change up those stop losses if you want to. ADA is still breaking down. We talked about that a while ago. I mean, at the moment it's holding steady. It looks like it still wants to come all the way down here to $1. So we'll see what happens then. I think if you guys want to place any limit orders on ADA, I think $1 is going to be a good spot for those ones. $1.05, so you actually make sure you catch it. XRP, same thing, breaking down before multiple levels of support. Looks okay now. I really wouldn't be touching XRP at the moment. I own some. I haven't bought any recently. I would wait to see if this double top kind of looking thing will finish off and come a little bit lower, and then you might have a better opportunity to buy in there. Now, Bitcoin looks a little funny because it popped off of that news about its big upgrade I think they had. It's coming back down now. It's down about 2% for the day. It's still kind of above support. I don't know how solid the support level is because it did break down before the news. For now, I'm going to keep it there just to see if it honors it. Otherwise, what I'd be looking at is to add my trend line, something like that. In which case, the support is going to be way down here around 2 cents or 0.002 cents. Ethereum Classic, let me just take a quick peek here, guys. Not much happening. This thing has been kind of grinding, trying to break out. Maybe it's due for a little bit of a move, but everything about this Ethereum Classic has just not been looking good recently. XLM, similar to everything else, not really crazy there. Litecoin broke down. We talked about that one. Anything else? No. Bearish? No. EOS coming down here as well. EOS could be due for a pop here as the 20 approaches it, as long as Bitcoin's looking okay. You might have a price target of like 362 or something like that. Not bad. STMX. Having a bearish crossover right now. I recommend you guys put this on your watch list if you can. Not for anything coming up in the next day or two. I mean, it could always have a spike, but STMX loves to swing quite a bit. So you have these random days like this and this, where it starts up like starts at a low price. Let me get the magnet off. Sorry, guys. And it goes up like 20% one day, then it falls down 20% the next day. It loves to have these random spikes, and I just don't know why. But it's great and has a low market cap. It's great if you guys want to just play those types of spikes or drops, especially since it always drops afterwards. I would highly recommend adding this onto your watch list. And then if it ever has a very volatile move, you want to start day trading. I like day trading it quite a bit. It does have some fantastic moves. The last time I really had a bulk amount of this, I sold it up here, and I was just waiting for an opportunity to buy some. I bought some here, here, and here, and I ended up selling them all here as we broke down, and I took a loss on it, but this gain was still more than any of that loss here. But you know, I'd recommend doing more day trading until this thing can really get back on track, because this next level of support is going to be way down here at about 0.018, 0.019. Let me see if there's anything else going on here. And the last thing we'll take a look at here is Luna. Luna's had a double top, broke below the neck. Wow, right there. And trying to hold over the 50. Okay, this looks pretty bearish at the moment. If you want to buy, I would actually just use this $57 support level as your stop loss and just move on from there. Or you can move that down a little bit more if you wanted to come back down here to $55. But maybe you could find something like a curl or something like that. For now, though, I'd stay away from this one until it starts showing some more bullish price action. Oh yeah, and here's something else as well. ICP, this is very bearish. I mean, just look at the history of this thing. Very bearish. Not too good at all. But if you guys wanted to do some swings, if Bitcoin does manage to hold and take off, this could be a play that you guys look at as far as something that's like very oversold, wanting to pop up a little bit more. But this thing is like hitting new lows like every week at this point. All right, let me go back over here to the Doge. So I do want to keep an eye on this one just to see how it's performing. And then from here, I can put Bitcoin back on the 5. Yeah, I tried to break out here, tried a couple times, and I wasn't able to do so. So what I can do here is actually put in a Bitcoin breakout. There you go. A smaller breakout, but a necessary one in order for us to get us back to that real key level. And this level, guys, that we're talking about, it's short term. It's happened over the past like week or so. This one right up here, this white one. This white one right here. This white one is the one we were trying to fight off for so long over the past month that we weren't able to break above. So if we can break above this one, it can really end this temporary bear market that we're in and really start getting buyers back into Bitcoin and start getting them more and more excited. And this can happen sometime in the next week, even in the next 2-3 days. So As long as volume stays up, as long as we aren't heavily shorted again, we should be okay. We're still on a downward pennant here, guys. So, you know, trade accordingly, but at least there's some optimism there. There's some light at the end of the tunnel potentially if we're able to break out here and just start getting a little bit more closer. Shorts will get more and more nervous. They'll try to short us down as we approach it, but if the buyers start coming back here, we should be looking okay. Hey, Mooter. Let's see. Hey, Brett. The past few times my message gets deleted, do you know why that happens? I do not, Brett. I do not. I really not entirely sure. For me, it says message retracted. It might have been that the message didn't go through or something like that. Next time, remind me, or I'll try to keep. Well, you can't remind me. This will be your first message. Next time, just let me know, and I'll see if I can find out. Or next time I see you, I'll look to see what happened afterwards. That's a better way to say it. Let's see. Hey, Mazamedia, should you own 10 million SHIB? I mean, if you want to, you can. It's an okay investment if you want to play the long-term pops of it. Yeah, you can definitely buy some there. I would say if you want to buy that many SHIB, yeah, I mean, you can go for it. It's a heavier risk. You don't know exactly when SHIB is going to take off again, so you might have to wait a while for that money to make you more money. But yeah, you can do that if you wanted to. Hey, Brandon, I appreciate it a lot. Thank you very much. Thank you for being the only sensible YouTuber. I'm not the only one, but I try to be more sensible than the people that are always hyping up stuff, right? And so that, I mean, the more, how do I say this? The hypers are more entertainment than actual traders. So they might have bought on something and they're just kind of holding on to it. Traders trade. Not many YouTubers out there who are the entertainment types can trade for a living. They kind of found their niche of entertainment within the crypto industry, which is perfectly fine. It's a job. I think it's up to new traders to understand that these people have no idea what they're talking about as far as the technicals are concerned, if that makes sense. So, but I do appreciate that quite a bit. I'm hoping there's more technical YouTubers that come out, but there are some good ones out there. Hey, guys, can I look at Microsoft? Yeah, hold on one second here. Now, I know this had a pretty bad day today. I saw it on FinViz. There's a few other stocks having bad days as well. There we go. Doesn't that? Let's look at the NASDAQ. But yeah, Microsoft's down like 3.5%. A bunch of other stuff is down as well. Sorry, my dog is stretching out on the bed. Personally, for me right now, I'm not gonna really buy this at the moment. Let me see if I can find any type of like nice breakout. Microsoft is beautiful during the breakouts because I mean like there's COVID over here. Breakout pop, beautiful. Breakout pop, breakout pop, breakout. Oh yeah, breakout pop. That's how it was. That was a long time to wait for the breakout. But yeah. For now, I'd be waiting for this to break out above this purple line. Then you can get a nice pop. Until then, maybe what you can be looking at is maybe some puts here as it falls down below this. If it does, that could be a good put opportunity, especially as we're seeing the 20 getting closer and closer to the 50 here. That can definitely have a bearish crossover for you. Now, you know, again, I'm just kind of guessing here. If it does fall down below this over the next few days, probably over the next 2 days, I would buy 320 calls to 310, 320 puts to 310 puts, and you would just want to hold them for like maybe 2 to 3 days just because the market's very volatile right now. Jerome Powell is still pushing money in there. I think we had some crazy numbers today about the cost index and price of goods and whatnot. It was pretty bad, like hotter than expected. So I would be considering buying some puts for this one myself. if you're looking for something more on the call, like buy calls, I would wait for us to break out above this level here before buying those calls, especially since you're seeing this happen with a lot of different stocks at the moment. Maybe not Apple. You're seeing these 200 moving averages just start to really store up here to the point where we're going to see a lot of different death crosses coming forward into the market. So, for example, let me just actually show you the Dow here. Watch this. Let's go to the Dow Jones. See how close those moving averages are? This takes maybe 1 or 2 more dips here. The Dow Jones is going to have its first death cross since COVID started. Okay? We don't normally have them too often here. The last time we had it was right here during a major flash crash type stuff. So it doesn't bode well when we have them, if that makes sense. Here's the 2015 came down. Not nearly as drastic. We had a nice double bottom here. We broke the neck, time to roll. Same thing here. Double bottom, broke the neck, time to roll. So, you know, I'd caution you about really buying a bunch of calls at the moment. I know you weren't asking for calls or puts, but I'd be cautious about the stock market until we can really find out what's going on here. But I'm hoping we can continue to curl up here and start making some moves for the stock market overall. Because if the stock market goes down, that will affect crypto whether we like it or not. There's a lot of people that like to manage the risk appropriately. Because if they start pulling money out of the stock market, they realize, oh, I'm too overexposed in the crypto market, so I need to start taking some money out. Especially since it's the end of the year. If you guys have any large losses in crypto, you could actually sell that crypto, right? And then the following day, probably put that money in your account. You don't have to. You could sell that crypto and then buy it right back again, and you can claim that as a loss. Now it's a loophole right now. It'll get sealed next year. It will get sealed. But if you guys had some really crazy losses in the crypto market, you could apply that to your taxes and make a killing on like paying less taxes, basically. I know a lot of you guys don't necessarily care about your taxes all too much, or you guys just think about them, think of them as just like, hey, I'm getting some money back. Now that you guys are trading more, if you guys did take a loss this year in the markets, use that and pay less taxes overall. It'll help you out a lot. All right, let me see how the SPY's doing very fast. Again, getting closer and closer here. And the last one is the NASDAQ. NASDAQ getting closer and closer here as well. That was a nice breakout that I had last time. If you ever want to find, let me move this here, Doge. If you ever want to find breakouts for your for options and stuff like that, I have a video out there that teaches you, that has 2 different breakout scanners. One is one that's just called unusual volume poppers. So this is like unusual volume. Look at this kind of wants to go pop type thing. Any of these look okay now. Normally you want to see a long period of consolidation before pop. There's nothing good like that now. If I go to any instead of today up, you'll probably see more of what I'm talking about here if I can find one. Nope, not even good ones right here. Nope. If there's nothing good, you don't trade it. Or I can just do breakouts here. This one gives you 569 different charts to look at. What I would do if you want to look for something a little bit more bullish, just come over here to the technical side of the scanner. Go to simple 20-day simple moving average. Price is above that. For the 50, the price is above that. Right? And the 200, the price is above that. Right? Or if you're looking for golden crosses before they happen, you can say, hey, the price is below this one. So sometimes you see how it's above, and now this is a reversal trend for AMGN. This is something that, hey, I might be able to buy this later on type thing. This one, like some of these plays, it could be reversal trends. And that's where you can see something like this happening. But most of the time, you don't have to play that price is below. You can just go to any here. You see everything is kind of more naturally up instead of changing what am I thinking of right here? Changing the direction. It's not going from down to up. It's not doing a reversal. It's just naturally going up here for the past year or so, like ACC right there. AFL, we talked about this one a while ago. This one will break out sometime here eventually. It has to. Well, it doesn't have to, but it's likely that it will. I wanted it to break out a few days ago. It was not able to. It's still trying to force its way up here. So I like this. It even has a W, even though W might not be as prevalent now because it's kind of moved on a little bit to the side. AFLOC would be a good play. AEP already broke out here. It's only up 15 cents, so you could actually buy some $85, $86 calls on this one and see where it goes. But 206 stocks, all bullish, different stocks here. You could use these for options. They'll help you out a lot. AMT, we talked about this one. That could be a good one. ARE could be a good one right here, trying to break out. Now, let's see. So yeah, but there's plenty of great breakouts up there. I have a video that goes over all that type of stuff. Finverse Scanner video. I posted like last week. Check it out. It explains everything and how to find the breakout, how to find the options and stuff like that. Let's see it here. Hey, Georgina. Yeah, everything's fine with my mom for now. She's back home. She has a little bit more energy after all the... They gave her 4 units of blood. 4 units of blood. That's a freaking lot of blood. Apparently what happened was they gave her medication to tell her bone marrow to produce blood. To produce red blood cells in particular. And that medication, I guess, it was just wearing off, but they didn't know that. And so they thought she was internally bleeding somewhere. And her mom was like, I don't feel like I'm bleeding. I feel like crap, but I don't feel like I'm bleeding out to my body or something like that. And so after running a few tests, they're like, okay, your bone marrow is just not producing red blood cells. So they upped her dosage. Now she's perfectly fine. But today her freaking caregiver didn't show up because she thought it was too cold. It was like maybe low 40s, high 30s. And it's just the care lady didn't even come over. I was just like, I need to fire that lady and get somebody else. Let's see. Here. Hey Ryan, what about thinking about Chainlink? What is Chain? I'll link. Okay. $1. Let's go to Coinbase, I guess. Double top, broke down. This one probably has a little bit more room to go down. If you wanted to buy a position here, I mean, if you have to put it next to Bitcoin's chart here. I would say it wants to come down a little bit more. I would say a good support level is still the $13.26. If you're looking for a reason to get into this coin in particular, I'd wait for this breakout to occur. It's on the verge of it. A lot of different coins are on the verge of breakout. You see Bitcoin on the same thing. It can be a good short-term play here. Just, we're about to have a death cross going here pretty soon. So I'm hoping that since death crosses don't affect crypto as much, or because Bitcoin hasn't had a death cross itself, that even if it does have a death cross, Bitcoin popping off here will be able to save it. If you're thinking about holding this for like the next 3-4 months, I think this is a great opportunity to buy it. If you're looking to do more of a day trading type of a thing on it, I would say just wait till it starts to break out here. Then you're going to see a little bit more volatility. And if all else fails, at least you get an easy short as it gets rejected down from here. So it's fine for now. I'd feel much more energetic about it once it breaks out. Bitcoin's on the verge of breaking out here itself. We'll see what happens then. It has a few more days before it can break out. But at least for the short term, it does have a very short-term breakout from way back here starting on December 1st. The other one is like, way up here from November 10th. So, big time difference. It's okay for now. I'd probably wait though until it started to break out before putting some big money in there. But if you're asking if you should hold it or something like that, it's still an okay hold. Don't expect it. Don't be upset if it does bleed out a little bit more before it starts to pop though. There we go here. And then somebody just asked a question as well. Hey Justin, Ethereum Classic. Yeah, let's take a quick peek at it. There we are. Here, guys. Ethereum Classic might have had a small breakout. What is this trend line even from? Peak right there. Yeah, I had a short-term breakout. That was it though. That was just a 5-minute chart. We don't need to see this thing at this moment in time. Let me go over here to the 4. Kind of similar to what we just talked about with Chain. This has been a little bit more bearish than Link. Actually, this one's been coming down a little bit harder. You can see most of these other coins have been trying to hold these levels of support. This should have tried to hold support at like $35. it fell all the way down here to 33, then bounced back up. This does look a little bit more bearish. I think right now Bitcoin looks bullish enough where if you wanted to buy down here, I think you would be fine. But overall, if Bitcoin does start to teeter off and you start seeing Bitcoin start to drop back off here and test support, you're going to see this fall a little bit harder than other cryptocurrencies. So just keep that in mind. Have a stop loss in place. In fact, if you were looking to day trade here, day trade, I would have a stop loss somewhere down here at $33. And then hopefully you'd be waiting for it to pop above the 20 moving average on a 4-hour chart, and then have a price target of maybe $36, $38. Short play on the day trading. Wait for it to break out before you start swinging it. It'll kind of it's better to keep money in cash form for this at the moment and just wait it out. That way you're not risking losing any money. You can catch that momentum, or you can use that money for something else that's more profitable. I know a lot of you guys told me as soon as Dogecoin exploded, you guys shorted the hell out of it, and awesome. Some of you guys were using 50x leverage. Crazy, but if you guys would have shorted Dogecoin here, let's see, one of you guys started shorting it right around 20 cents, okay, on the way down, right here. That's 8% right there, almost 9%. Let me just say it's 8 now. What's 8 times 50? That's like, oh god, my poor math. I got 400% return or something like that. With it, you could have had more than that, I guess, if you went down here 10%. So it's a great return. If you guys did want to start learning how to use leverage, because I know I've been getting some messages on that about that on Discord, I have a link down below for BitGet. You can put money into it if you want to. You don't have to though. They have a paper trading section where you can practice trading with fake money instead of using your real money. And it's a great place to kind of learn how to trade with leverage, because leverage can be very, very tricky, very, very annoying. And if you don't do it correctly, you're going to lose a lot of money, because it is, when you use large amounts of leverage, you can't just hold for like a few seconds. You have to be willing to hold for like, up to like maybe 10 minutes to an hour, 2 days if you really want to. You're not going to be just hopping in for like a few seconds and freaking out, panicking, and selling off because of the crazy leverage. You got to take your time with those positions. In fact, if Dogecoin were to fall down below this line, I believe there would be a lot more people trying to short it. But right now, everybody's just kind of waiting, because nobody wants to short here and risk it blowing up and going back up here to 20 cents or so, because they would lose a whole bunch of money, again, because of the leverage. Hey, Justin. Yeah, I'm planning on making more. I always try to. I'm a very there's a word for it. I try to be very organized and get stuff done when I can. But like my life has been so hectic over this whole year that like every time I try to set out a plan, it gets shattered by some event. So what I've been trying to do is just kind of put out stuff when I can. I've been doing some of the easier stuff for me to put out there. Like I'm in the process of making a whole bunch of videos so you guys can get all of my scanners and just learn how to put them up there and learn how I use them. I just put out a video the other day about unusual volume poppers and breakouts. I'll have one for short squeezes. I already have one for can slim. I have one. I'm going to be putting out one for low PE value in the next couple weeks. Buy and hold value. These ones are pretty fun. You can see buy and hold. In reality, there's not many plays out there right now. So fun. The market's not looking too good, but this, yeah, buy and hold value, stuff like that. So there's tons of stuff in here. Bounce at the moving averages, 37. I got a bunch of different stuff here. Or if you wanted to do some short-term options trading and stuff like that, just short-term trading, they can be really good moves for you. Stay away from biotech though. At least that's what I don't want next to biotech. But yes, I will be doing more. I started to do a tutorial, a whole tutorial series, and I think I'm going to start redoing that next week. And basically, I'm not going to go straight into technicals first of all. It's going to go from me explaining how things work. Like the first part is just me explaining how the tutorial is going to work. Then after that, I'm going to start going over emotions and just kind of like, before we get started, emotions are what you need to keep in track of first. Then after that, it's going to be organization. And then once you get your emotions, your emotions ready and your organization down, then we can kind of start talking about technicals and patterns, and then I'm going to give you guys homework. In fact, like, you guys need to memorize all of these patterns here, and you guys need to be able to remember what they are. Stuff like that. And then from there, I'll start showing you guys, like, here, let's trade, and like, you know, I'll probably do some type of lesson in real time when I'm recording myself. Let's trade here and let's see what happens and how you should react to these moving things. Like, excuse me, if we break out here in the real time, and I'm like, should you buy right now? I'll say that, and I'll say, no, you probably shouldn't. Okay, stuff like that. We'll talk about all the reasons why you wouldn't have wanted to buy here or you would want to buy here, and if you made a bad trade, how to fix it. And by fixing it means just mitigating your losses going forward and not actually trying to make money off of a play that didn't work out. Two different things. But yeah, I will be doing more of that stuff in the future. I am buying a camera at the end of the month. I found a where to get it at, and that should make my life easier. Right now, recording on my phone has been death, absolutely horrible. But yeah, you can expect some really good videos coming out towards the end of this month, in particular for like tutorials, and at the beginning of next year, which I guess is like, you know, only a few days away now. I should have the camera, and I should just be able to record my face and talk about different stuff here. There's as much as I want to do what every other YouTuber does, they do, like, the tutorials where I talk about golden crosses and stuff like that are very easy to do. But the stuff that really gets you to that full-time level, it's not something that I can just do from my screen, if that makes sense. I'll have to pull up my flat screen TV in the living room, kind of instruct you about these very different things that are coming, that I see and things like that. And we'll break it all down. It's kind of it's a weird mix of it, but it's going to be very boring. And I've been trying to find a way to make it exciting, and it's not. My only thing I can tell you is when you're making money, that's the exciting part, I guess you could say. But up until then, it's not going to be a real fun experience. So I'm going to try my best to make it, like, not entertaining, but, you know, not incredibly dry and boring. But it is going to be real boring at certain parts, and you guys will have to take on some work for yourself about learning patterns and whatnot. Like you guys know, desktop. YouTube files, patterns. Like, you guys should learn all these patterns. Probably in like the first month you guys start learning how to trade, you guys should learn all these patterns. The square ones don't really matter too much. I think of those as more as channels than rectangles, personally, because you never know which way it's going to break out. It's never as easy as continuation, bearish. Sometimes it's reversal, rectangle. So stuff like that. Right now, Bitcoin's in a falling wedge, right? Hopefully we can turn it into a bearish, a bullish breakout here, but we could easily fall back down like this. Descending triangle continuation. Pretty much the same type of triangle. You see, this one's just kind of flat. This one's kind of angled. You'll get used to it. Trust me. You guys don't have to worry about, you know, the names of them. You just have to say, hey, this pattern represents bullish. This pattern represents bearish. Okay. So yeah, expect those here pretty soon. And I'll try to. I'm gonna try to get those patterns done too. I was thinking about doing a pattern video by every single pattern all together. I'm probably just going to do each pattern separately by itself and then put them all in together for a master video where I just clip all the videos together. I'm like, oop, there we go. That'll make my life a lot easier. And I don't want you guys to watch like an hour of really boring talking, because you guys won't absorb it at all. Let's see. Hold on. I always got to remember my face isn't in the camera sometimes. Let's see. Hey Monica, BGB is on the rise. Let me take a quick peek. I know I can only check it out on freaking Bitcoin. I don't like that. Yeah, it's come back up a little bit. Yeah. So part of it was as Bitcoin was looking pretty strong over the past week or so, a few weeks ago. It was looking like it was going to break out. This was really gaining some momentum. There was a lot more volatility in this right now, which I kind of like. What happened here, though, was normally it just kind of stagnates right back down here. There was a false report out that they lost their license in Singapore because they put out an army coin on there, some type of coin here, which wasn't as vetted, I guess you could say. And it was just a very volatile coin. It looks like it got rugged or something like that. And anytime you have a rugged coin on an exchange, that's not a good look. And because of that, there was a bunch of rumors that they lost their license. And in fact, they didn't lose the license, but during that time, their coin fell because people thought they did. And now that it didn't, people are kind of bringing it back up to these normal levels. And I've been buying this and kind of stashing this into my own personal wallet. And so I don't really hold it on BitGet. Actually, I think if you see right here, yeah, I only have 15 BGB right now. So there's not really much I can do there with that. But I usually just buy, a few $1,000s worth, a few thousand, coins worth, and then transfer it over. But right now, I think it's a good long-term hold. If I wouldn't be swing trading it right now. I'd just be buying this for long-term holds. Again, it's only at a $33 million market cap, I believe. So if I go over here, probably a little bit higher now. But now it's at 36 million. If this thing even hits like 500 million or a billion in like 4 or 5 years or something like that, this will be a great return. And I like this because of all the other coins that we see over the years, like BNB coin, Coup coin, stuff like that. If you go over here to Coup coin, it's currently at a 1.6 billion valuation. And if you just go over here to market cap all the way back here when it first started, was it about, let's see, can I drag and drop this? There you go. About 50 million market cap. It went down as $30 million market cap, and then it started taking off. So that's my hope, is that to just kind of hold it for a while. Eventually it'll explode, and when it does, I'll be there to kind of sell off a large amount of my coins for that one and just use it to do something with. Who knows what. But I love buying coins that belong to exchanges. They're usually more stable. There's always, as long as the exchange is doing fine, which BitGet is, should be good to go. They have some type of contest going on right now, I think, too. So they always have tons of contests, and they give out a bunch of money when people first sign up, which I kind of like. But as far as a long-term hold, I think it's a great one, great long-term hold. I just wish you were able to buy the coin on other exchanges. But I guess that's what you get when you buy a coin that's at $30 million market cap. It takes time for all that stuff to happen. If you guys don't want to buy it, what I recommend is there's a link down to BitGet below. You could just buy it there and just hold it. I'm pretty soon they're going to allow you to stake it too, which is what I'm really waiting for as far as BitGet's control. BitGet, yeah, you get what I'm saying. Let me go take a look here. Hey, W, is it a good idea to convert SHIB to Doge? You can if you want to. I would say be careful of that. Usually every time Doge gets pumped up, it normally does fall back down to earth. The only good thing going for it right now is Bitcoin's trying to have a small breakout here, which could continue this Dogecoin rally, and that'd be something really nice to see. So, this all happened because of Elon Musk's tweet, so I didn't know that at the time. I was like, what the heck's going on? Because I woke up and I was like, oh, Dogecoin, what the heck's going on? You can if you want to, but you're still going to have to wait a while before it makes you a good amount of money. Unless Elon starts tweeting again. That Elon tweet was freaking massive. This was shorts getting freaking liquidated like crazy here. Hey guys. Based on everything we know about Dogecoin in the past few months, history would suggest it's going to come back down. All right. Now, there are scenarios where it might not come back down because Bitcoin wants to break out here, which could kind of help that out a little bit. But if Bitcoin continues to go sideways here, I could easily see Dogecoin coming back down. So it's better to hold what you have. If you bought down at a lower price, like 16 cents or 13 cents over the past couple weeks or so, you can feel free to sell it right now if you wanted to, and then try to buy it back down if it does buy it back if it does come back down. But it's really up to you at this point. History would show you though that it wants to come back down. Every single time it's spiked, it's come back down. Although here, let me go to the daily on Doge. At this moment in time, we're kind of stuck in this channel. We had a double top, broke the neck, came down, support. Where we just broke out here, so we do have an opportunity from a technical standpoint to really start rallying up here again. We'll see, but every time Doge has really had a crazy little spike here, it tends to come back down right afterwards. I'm hoping it's something more like this, where it comes back down and then starts to rally back up and does some stuff, but we'll definitely have to wait and see for this one. But Pop then drop. That's normally what Dogecoin does. A lot of people like to short Dogecoin on the way back down because it's usually easy money. 15-minute chart. There you go. The good thing is, the one thing I will tell you, you know, of course it's going to come back. Well, I think it's going to come back down here, but the last time it popped off as well, some of you guys may remember, it popped off pretty hard, and it took a while for it to get back down to the levels of everything else. Now it was assisted by Bitcoin dropping. So I'm hoping that this thing can kind of stay up here without Bitcoin dropping and actually trying to break out here in the next day or so. I mean, for this one, actually overnight. That could leave Dogecoin a good opportunity to start pumping up money here going forward. There we go. Hey Sherry, good evening. I'm getting wrecked. The market has not been the best. Trust me, I understand that one. And guys, if you feel like you've been losing too much money in this market, or you just haven't liked the market, I would encourage you guys to, I have a link down below for Femex or BitGet. I would suggest BitGet, or you can use KuCoin or Binance, wherever you guys are in the world. Learn how to short. Shorting makes you money when the price goes down. And you know, some of my members love to short. I know Ahmed is one of my moderators. His name is Babyfish. He loves to short, and he makes a killing on it quite a bit when Bitcoin spikes all of a sudden, when Bitcoin's at resistance and starts falling back down, or we have these breakdown moments. Shorting is a very, very fun thing to do. I know it sucks to kind of bet against cryptocurrency, but if there's money to be made there, I highly suggest, you know, trying to learn how to do it as well. I'll make tutorials on it in the future. I will probably use BitGet as my my tutorial exchange. And so if you guys have any questions about anything, I could always answer them on using BitGet, I believe. And the only reason I really like BitGet and some of these other ones like KuCoin and whatnot, they use TradingView software, like what we're looking at here, in their exchanges. So it just makes my job a lot easier without having to learn a whole new system, because it took me a while to learn how to use TradingView, because I normally use TD Ameritrade system, which is way more complex, but way more nicer in my head. But I encourage you guys to learn how to short. It can be a little bit risky. You can always have a stop loss while you guys short. It's nice to short with leverage and stuff like that. And so one of the things I shorted this week was ICP. I made a killing on it. And things like that. And for all of you members here, if you this is for members pretty much, I am starting to put out videos for you guys saying, hey, I like this as a short, I like this as a long, stuff like that. Make sure to look out for those videos. For some reason, when I try to post those videos on YouTube, YouTube will tell me members alerts are in beta, so you have to post the video in order for people to see it. Like post it like a normal YouTube post, not a published video, but a post. So you guys will have to look for those if you guys want to see those videos. I don't know why YouTube does it, but they do it that way. So, but I will be giving you guys more like, hey, I like this. Hey, I like this. Hey, take a peek at this one. More of the juicy stuff. You know, if I am buying options, these exact options, stuff like that, you're gonna find those on the members videos, okay? And there's not gonna be any ads on those videos, since you guys pay the $1.99, the $4.99, or the $25 or the $24.99 prices. So thank you for becoming members, guys. Let's see. Hey, did he just threw my paycheck into an Apple put? Waiting till tomorrow. That's gonna be a pretty crazy move. I mean, the overall market's pretty interesting right now, but an Apple put, Apple's been kind of going crazy. It is due for a little bit of a cool down. You might have to wait a little bit though. Hey Ray, do you suggest enrolling in an employee stock purchase plan? My work Apple just started enrollment. They take a percentage of your paycheck and buy in bulk at the lowest 6 months price for 15% off. If you know you're going to hold on to it for a long period of time, yes, I think it'd be a great enrollment plan. You're going to have to hold it for a long period of time though, because over the next like year or so, we should have a pretty sizable market correction. And so you're going to feel kind of bummed about the price, but over the years, it'll be a great investment, especially since because you're an Apple employee, you can get that discount. That discount makes it worth it. If they weren't giving you like the 6 month lowest price for like 15% off, then I'd be like, I can just buy it myself, and I know when to sell it, and I know when to buy it, you know? So if they're giving that nice discount and you're going to be holding it for a while, I think it's definitely a good play. make sure that if for whatever reason you were to leave Apple, they can't take that that investment away from you though. Kind of read the fine print about that one. Oh, let's see. It could be like stock options. You know, if you're not there for like 5 years, you don't get your stock options. You can't get so stuff like that. So just make sure you understand that the rules about it. But it seems like it's perfectly fine just based on what you told me, which isn't much, but you get what I'm saying. Let's see. Hey Sherry, should I take a huge loss and cash out? Well, if you wanted to right now to take a loss, you could definitely do that. It'll help you out immensely when it comes to tax season next year. You have until the end of the year to sell for a loss, and it'll help you out with your taxes. So if you wanted to use it as a tax play, you definitely could. And then if you did lose a lot of money here, you could use this as a chance to reset and then start learning how to trade from ground one again. And then from there, I'll be putting out videos here pretty soon about emotions, patterns, and stuff like that off of my channel and other channels too. There's other YouTube channels out there. So if you wanted to take a break and then start reloading how to do crypto, that'd be a good opportunity as well. And then you could hold that. You could hold that cash that you have left over. You can put it into USDC or some type of interest account by Voyager or Coinbase or whoever. And then from there, you're just going to be earning interest on your money while you learn how to trade again. Could be a good idea. I have a few friends that do that. They just have all their money in those interest accounts, and they're basically just learning how to trade. And while they learn how to trade, they're making like 9 to 12% yearly back. Pretty good returns. Because I know people this year that lost more money than they made while trading. But if they just would have put it into stable coins, they would have still been up 12%. So, some crazy stuff. Most people probably made money in this crazy bull market, but you never know. Hey, Till, is 52 a good buy level for a long-term hold for Bitcoin? I mean, you could buy it now if you wanted to for a long-term hold. What you really want to see if you want to start holding for like long-term Bitcoin, yeah, it's fine for a long-term hold. You can continue to hold it. If you're trying to buy it, if you're trying to wait for it to hit 52, you can always just buy it now, is what I'm saying. Currently, we're waiting for this Bitcoin breakout. You guys can feel much more confident about Bitcoin if we're able to break out above this trend line here. We've been trying to break out of this level for months, about a month now, not months, but a month here. Trying to break out. We're fairly close. We're like halfway there now. We're just trying to break out this purple line right here, short term. But what we're looking for after we break out, we'll break out eventually. It just depends on how long it's going to take. We're still going to be pretty. Oh, should I have done that? Pretty far away. Oh, for now I can actually see it. We're going to be pretty far away from the Ichimoku cloud base right here. Usually a pretty good solid support and resistance level for us. I don't normally talk about it too much because I hate the way it looks. I think this looks so ugly, but it works. So if we did break out, our price target would be somewhere around here. I mean, maybe like 52,500-ish, or maybe even lower as we kind of approach this level here. And then this is going to be a level of resistance on the top, and this will be another level of resistance. But when we manage to break out above this, that's where things start looking really, really nice for Bitcoin. So if you were trying to do a swing trade instead of a long-term trade, and just swing for like a few weeks to a few months at that point, you'd want to start that swing play right as we break out above this Ichimoku level. The last time we broke above the Ichimoku level was right here, October 3rd, and you saw the rally that ensued right afterwards. Then after that, we broke out again here, and then we came down a little bit, but we still ultimately came back up. And you can see right here, this is the red Ichimoku cloud. This is the green. Breakout of a green one is more bullish than a breakout of a red one, as you can see here. But overall, it's still a breakout as a breakout. And of course, the breakdown is breakdown as well. But each one of these is a different level of resistance and support. So if you guys want to learn how to do the Ichimoku cloud, Investopedia has a decent one, or you can just type in Ichimoku cloud on Google and you can take a quick peek at it. But for now, we're fairly below it. We've been below it plenty of times before. Just because we're below it doesn't mean we're all like it's going to get pulled back to it. But for now, we're just trying to stay alive above the 200 and hopefully have a little bit of a bounce. Then we could try to tap on this one. But most of the time, it's going to be we're going to get rejected from it, so it might be a good shorting opportunity. By then, you might actually see the 50 coming down here too. But yeah, so I would say if you're looking to buy long with some confidence, wait for the Ichimoku to be broken out of. You don't use the Ichimoku with the 5-minute candles and stuff like that. You can see how, I mean, it works a little bit, but it doesn't work all the time. Usually I'd recommend it for something like a 4-hour to a daily chart. But I mean, here, we can kind of leave it on here for now and see what happens if it breaks out above this Ichimoku cloud. And then maybe that's going to be a roaring go here. I honestly don't know. I normally don't use the Ichimoku clouds on these smaller charts, so it'll be fun to kind of test that out. But personally, I don't use it on these smaller candles. Bitcoin 5, what's the Bitcoin 15? Bitcoin 15 and broke out all the way around here, so yeah, it's already on a bullish move here. So, and you can see how each cloud is different, of course. So that was this is the 5 that you saw the 15 minutes. So the 15 is already broken out above it. The 5 is a little bit different. It's just shorter time frame. Half an hour already above it. Hour already hour trying to break out above it. Hour didn't do crap to it though. Excuse me for the language. 4 hour, not much hair. And you see how we have some resistance up here with this cloud. So we'll take a peek at it, just for the fun of it though. Just for the fun of it. And let me take a sip of tea. I got this new tea here, and it's Mad Peach tea, and I put some lemon mate in. It's pretty darn tasty. Hey, Ghost. Oh my God, I just saw taco. What's taco? Ooh. I could really use some tacos. I think I had some Mexican. No, I had Mexican food today for lunch. Let's see. Hey, thanks, Joseph. I appreciate it, my man. Hey, Tiddles. 42 for Bitcoin. Oh, 52? So are you probably thinking about a long play, not a long-term play? I would wait for that Ichimoku cloud. Otherwise, you're going to be doing swing trades. Nothing wrong with doing some swing trades with Bitcoin. The thing about crypto, which makes it so hard, is a lot of these day-to-day small swings, it's only going to move up like 2 to maybe 3% one way or the other. The reason why most people are going to have to trade with leverage to make any money doing day trading and stuff like that, or even swing trading on crypto. The best way to do that is to trade with leverage. And I'm not talking about leverage like 50x leverage or 100x leverage where it's like kind of really going crazy. You guys might want to do something like 5x leverage. So for every percent Bitcoin goes up, you're making 5%. Every percent Bitcoin goes down, you guys are losing 5%. That's a better way to go about it. But I mean, leverage is hard because people get really emotional about it. Like, so if Bitcoin, like here, in a matter of 10 minutes, Dogecoin shot up 27%. Okay, let's just call that 25%. If you had 5x leverage, you would be up 125% in that 10 minutes. Now, what if Dogecoin crashed that fast? Would you want to be down 125%? So the emotions are there. You like some people may sell here. A lot of crazy stuff can happen when you trade with leverage. But I mean, leverage is definitely worth learning how to use, though. It's definitely worth taking the time to learn. But it does cause a little bit of a spike in emotions. Alrighty. Yeah, no worries, Ryan. Happy to help you out. Hey, Gogo. Thank you very much for the super chat. I do appreciate it. Why do you think Bitcoin is about to break out? And any idea why all the DAOs came in such have fallen off a cliff? Thanks. I don't know why all the DAOs have fallen off the cliff. I'll look at that in a second here. Hold on a second. I'm going to see if there's any news on it. Let me just type in it. OHM warning. As far as those coins in particular, I can't find any reason why those aren't coins that I'm invested in. As far as why I think Bitcoin's going to break out, it's not that I think it's going to break out in terms of like, oh my God, buy now, it's going to blow. It's short-term breakout here, medium-term breakout here, longer-term breakout here. Bitcoin's done a pretty decent job of holding on here. Right now, we're still bearish. Still in this downtrend, we're trying to break out of it, but we have an opportunity over the next few days to really break out here. So taking that information, what you guys want to be doing is just kind of holding some cash. And if we do manage to break out of not this purple line, even the purple line could be a fun day trade play, even a short-term swing here. If we manage to break out above this white line right here, we've been trying to break out of this line all the way since November 10th. November 10th. We tried, and then when we failed this time, we got knocked down. We freaking crashed. This is where we came all the way down to like $42,000 in a matter of just a few minutes. Now we're consolidated. We're trying to cause a reversal here and break out. If we break out, Bitcoin gets a lot nicer for the next few months. I mean, it gets a lot easier. Because if we don't break out here, and if whales don't want to buy in to kind of pump us up out of this, we're going to fall down below the 200 daily moving average. We're going to break down below this line right here. And then from there, our next support level is really going to be down here at about $42,000. And you're going to see altcoins take another big 20% drop on top of that. So it's just going to be chaotic. I'm not saying it's the time to buy right now. Normally you guys want to be buying on the breakouts like we always talk about. But for now, I think we are in a good position for a breakout. Not that we are going to break out. I wish I could say that with that much confidence. For now, enjoy. Oh, the 4 hour looks a little bit nicer. Enjoy this move. Hopefully we can start breaking out here. And then we were just going to have to contend with the 20-day moving average kind of that's screaming down here because Bitcoin's fallen down so much over the past few weeks. If we can start breaking above that, then we start heading over to the 50-day moving average territory, the Ichimoku territory, a lot of levels of resistance. But with the whales' help, we can do it. We really need the whales to kind of pump us up, though. That's why it's worth just kind of holding some, because a lot of times people that don't hold, they're kind of chasing at the end of it. And the good thing about buying and holding, even if you wanted to buy now or later on, whenever you guys want to buy, I know some of us have some form of Bitcoin, some form of crypto right now. It's kind of nice that you already bought in, so when it starts to rally, you don't have to worry about finding a good entry price. When stuff is moving fast, and I mean like really, really fast, like let's say with Dogecoin here, people tend to ask me and say, hey, Michael, should I be buying in right now? Should I be buying in right now? And most of the time, if the price is already paid, I'm like, no, you missed it. I mean, you missed it. What I say is, well, you missed it, or you could try to buy on the momentum, okay? But people usually don't like to buy on the momentum. People tend to be greedy when they buy on the momentum. So, like, if you bought Dogecoin down here as it tried to pop back above support, I mean, you could have tried. I mean, this was a very hard buying opportunity for Dogecoin. Most people would have had to buy or just been holding it for a while. You buy, let's say you buy right here at 16, or let's just say 17 cents. And you know, here, hold on a second. In real time, that's what that looked like, a massive move. You have no idea what's going on, right? People tend to buy right here or right here, and then they try to like, ooh, okay, it's going up even higher. Should I sell right now? No, it's gonna go up higher. And that all that motion kind of feeds up to itself, and they never sell when they're supposed to. So if you guys don't want to chase, you guys could just buy right now. Of course, the price could always go down and whatnot, but it's kind of always safer just to have a little bit in there. You can always double down if the price continues to go up here. But now, as far as Dogecoin is concerned, this looks pretty similar to Dogecoin's chart when it first started breaking out here, actually a while ago. Look at this chart right here. Look at Dogecoin's ultimate chart up here. Rally, dip, poof, and poof, just like that. But now Dogecoin's in its own channel. So. Got rejected again. It's trying to break out here. It's just getting rejected over and over again. So what I'll do out here is breakout zone, something like that. And let me see. Oh, it Kilma. Clemma coin. It could just be because most of the market's been falling as well. I think, at least the Kilma coin, from when I'm looking on the news, it seems like it's worth something investing in long term though. So, let's see what's going on here. Hey Heaton, my mom's doing fine. I'm gonna go visit her after the stream. Actually, her caregiver didn't show up today for whatever reason, so I helped her out a little bit. I bought her a carpet cleaner. So I'm actually, my sister's gonna do all of her laundry, and I'm gonna do actually her carpet cleaning for her, because I was like, oh, you never know how filthy your carpets are. Let me do it for you. So I bought one for her that my sister can use. It's pretty simple. It was like only like a couple $100 at Home Depot. So it'll be a fun evening. I think we're gonna have some fun thing to eat. I think teriyaki or lasagna. So I'm pretty excited for it. Let's see. Hey, no worries, Justin. It takes a while. Definitely take your time to learn. If you guys start trading and you're realizing you're losing money, just stop and then take some time to practice. It happens to everybody. The longer it takes for you to learn that lesson, the more money you lose. And it's something I had to learn the hard way, like $5,000 worth. So, it works if you just kind of stay the course and you start practicing. And I'll start doing more videos too about practicing and whatnot, and tutorials and all that good stuff. Hey, Mike, stay boring. Exactly. Boring seems to work out as far as making money. Let's see. Hey, Monica, I'm not sure. Did I miss your answer to this question? BGB's. Yeah, oh, yeah. So, yeah, Monica, I answered you. Don't worry about it. I'll answer it again. It's no worries. So basically, BGB, we looked at it a little bit here. It's great for a long-term hold. It's fantastic for a long-term hold. The market cap right now is at 36 million. I first told you about it at $33 million market cap, and I think it rose up to like a $45 million market cap, and it came back down. It had some news out there, because I think, Monica, you might have asked me this, or maybe Heaton did or something like that. They talked about how BitGet had lost its license in Singapore. And I had to go back over there and talk to my contact over there in Singapore. And they're like, no, we didn't lose it. We're still fine with it. And he told me that basically what happened was one of the coins on their platform got rugged. So it was some new coin they put up there, kind of like a Coinbase type of thing, if you will. And it got rugged like 50% or something like that when Bitcoin was getting like tanked. So they really didn't know what was happening, because like Bitcoin's tanking, coins can do some really crazy stuff. And so they sorted it out with the Singapore government, and they're still on pace to do all their type of regulatory stuff as well. So they're fine. But as far as the token itself, I'm still holding it long term, because I believe it's going to end up being something like KuCoin, where it's not going to go up to like tens of billions of dollars like BNB, but I think it can get up to that $1 billion valuation level over time. And so if I'm buying it now and investing my money at $33 million market cap, whenever it hits $1 billion, $1.5 billion, whatever, I'll be looking at some great returns. But again, it's for a long-term hold. I haven't had any news about whether BGB is going to start staking. I'm still waiting on that one. But as soon as they start staking, I'm just going to start staking all my coins. And I think that might be one of the catalysts going forward for BGB, which could help out the price even more in the long term. But I've been loading up BGB and taking it off into kind of just holding it for a while. So let's see. It's right here. Hey, Byte Media, what type of chart do I look at? Well, I tend to look at all of them, and I just see which ones are more relevant. So let me go over here to Bitcoin's chart. And let me go over here to Bitcoin KuCoin, okay? Make sure all the drawings are gone. Okay, perfect. Full screen here. So normally when I look at a chart, I normally try to look at the weekly, so I can kind of see the grand scheme of things, if you will. You can try to go to monthly if you wanted to, but most of the time, I don't really look at monthly too much. It's just not something I look at too often. For now, though, look at the weekly. When you guys are looking at the weekly, you can usually find some type of pattern in here. For this one, you see a double top with the neck being all the way down here at about $30,000 for Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin were to come back down here, chances are this pattern would push us down below $30,000, probably closer to $20,000 to $25,000. Okay, that's what we'd be looking at. As far, let me see right here. There we go. There we go. Then I would go over to the daily chart, and then I would start doing my technicals from here. And the daily is the standard that you guys want to look at. Our new support level for Bitcoin, if we were to take another tumble down, would be somewhere down here at about $41,000, $42,000. And that's why I'd have some limit orders just in case we decided to fall down to those levels. As well as we do have support from this buying zone way back here. So this is going to be a nice buying zone. That's what I see on the daily chart. And this is all I would need to do in order to start placing some limit orders and be like, what do I see here? What do I like? As for day trading and stuff like that, then I start hopping into the 4 hours and I'm looking at, okay, well, let me see if I can find a good opportunity to buy and short. And then, of course, I can go on different stuff here. But if I want to buy a breakout for Bitcoin, I want to be able to buy it as it soars above this level right here. And of course, there's another trend line from way over here, but that's not important for the moment. And then I'd be looking, okay, if we manage to break it above that one, that'd be nice. And every time you get down to another level, you just get a little bit more precise. You see, a golden cross right here. Maybe Bitcoin, you can see on the other chart, we're trying to break out. Maybe that's a catalyst that pretty soon we can have a big boom here because we're trying to break out of this level at the moment. It's just kind of hard for Bitcoin. Let me see at the moment here, though. That's usually how it works out. I use a mix of them. Most of the time, I will quickly scan every single chart. You don't have to. If you guys wanted to do more swing trading, day by day, you can look at the weeklies and the days and the 4 hours. That's all you need to look at. If you're looking for more intraday trading, you can definitely look at the 5, 15, 30, 45 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, and even the 4 hour. I think I even have one of my other charts here. I have a stream that people just check on. It's not like a full-time. I did this 24/7 1 hour. You see? Short. You could have shorted here and you'd already be up a little bit of money here going off of these signals that you're looking at. Let me take off the music though for it. So I have these other streams going on. Nobody looks at them. I know because they're kind of boring and nobody's there talking with each other. I get it. But if you were to short right here and just follow this technical analysis on the breakdown level, you guys could have, well, if you guys were using leverage, you guys could have made some money. Otherwise, you guys might have made like 2%. But if you're using like 10x leverage or 5x leverage, you can be making 5 to 10% back just for a few minutes. So 4 hour is definitely really good if you're looking for these more longer term swings, even within the day if you wanted to. The 4 hour just kind of cleans up the daily chart if you ask me. So here, daily. Oh, no, hold on. The daily kind of looks kind of cluttered, doesn't it? You put in the 4 hour chart, it kind of makes a little bit more sense now. A little bit more sense. And then from there you can kind of trade appropriately. And we're just trying to move over there. Just trying to have a little bit of a breakout. There we go. Back to the 15. Trying so hard to break out though. Yeah, the buyers are still here. There's buyers in this market. That's a good sign. There's buyers at the moment. Hey, Joni, hope you're doing well. Hey, Nick, Dogecoin can go below 10 cents if Bitcoin were to take that drop all the way down to 41,000 or 30,000. Dogecoin can definitely take that dip down. It's not, it's just like every other coin. It did hold itself pretty well for a while, but even some of the Dogecoin holders started to panic as Bitcoin started to really take some negative moves. So it can. At the moment, not as likely, but it definitely can. Hey, ECAF, handcrafted wood. What are your thoughts on the Fibonacci retracement tool on TradingView? I like it. I use it quite a bit. If you would have looked at my stream a while ago, you see, well, even this video, you can see there's Fibonacci lines in here, and you can see how I honor those lines. Tap, hold, resist, and I'll have resistance up here. Let me go right here to my other stream that we're watching. If you scroll back to when I actually started this stream, you'll see all the Fibonacci lines all there. I use Fibonacci retracement levels quite a bit. If you ever want, I'd recommend all of you guys learn how to use Fibonacci retracement tools. If you guys didn't want to learn how to use them, they're fairly simple. Let me open up the KuCoin chart again. What you guys are going to do is remove drawings for now. You go over here to trading view. You go from the pointer up here, trend line tools, then one less, and you see right up here, it might be different for you guys because I have this as one of my favorites, Fib retracement tool, right? You click on it, you're gonna click on the magnet because it just makes your life a little bit easier here. You're gonna find the bottom of a trend. I can go from here or here, and then what you do is you go to the highest point, okay? So for this example, you go to the highest point. And then we look to see if it's honored at all. Is this Fibonacci level being honored by the price action? Resistance up here, okay, it was a little bit of resistance here, it held here. Resistance there, blopped down, it was resistance here. Let's see, resistance, then support, resistance, not too much resistance. Then support up here, support, support, support. Could have support down here at $44,444 if you do fall down again. So you see that? Okay, looks good. Then from there, you just kind of plan it out with all of your other technicals. Sometimes you're going to be looking to see if a trend line will intersect at that point. You have a good opportunity bashing through both of those at the same time. So let's say we have a downtrend here for Bitcoin. You could say over the next few days, like 2-3 days here on December 18th at the latest, it looks like, there's a chance where Bitcoin could break out. And as it broke out, it would break above the 20 because the 20 would be down here, this trend line here, and the Fibonacci level, and would have a pretty decent spike somewhere up here to at least this level of resistance at $50,774, or all the way up here at $51,930, almost close to $60,000 again. Or no, what is this? This magnet's messing me up. There we go. Excuse me, $51,930. Okay, so those levels of resistance. You could see that happening because of this Fibonacci level and how it's going to be. It's currently resistance, but the good thing for us at the moment is we've been able to kind of ride it up a little bit. And it's more prevalent if you guys are looking at the 15-minute chart and whatnot. See how there's a little bit of resistance here, a little bit of resistance, resistance, resistance. You can see where the Fibonacci comes into play. And you can see how it goes above and below just like everything else. But for the most part, it tries to honor that price movement. A little bit of resistance here, resistance, pop, right? Usually when it breaks those big move, or breaks those Fibonacci levels, it does like to have a nice move off of it. I highly recommend them. They're better for just finding levels of support than anything else, or you can use them as levels of resistance sometime. But it's definitely something you'd want to learn how to do. Definitely something you'd want to learn how to do. But don't feel like they're these indestructible things that that will stop the price. We always come back down. We don't always come back down here. And then if you wanted to, take one more sip of tea. You could put multiple Fibonacci layers down and see if there's any lines that kind of hover over each other, and those are going to be stronger levels of support. So you gotta love tea, you really do. Here's where a trend started right here. I can go back up here to 60,000. Do I see any lines really intersecting? Not really. I'm not going to try to force this. But you do see another level of support down here, which is why we stopped right there, okay? So you see that? And then for now, I could always adjust this to this part of the trend too. Did that make any big difference in my eyes about where support levels are? That was a better level of resistance up here. And was that support, or was that blue line go to? Kind of came out here. So I might say this is a better way. This is a better place to have it. Resistance here, okay. And you might even see it for this retracement. In fact, this one might just be a little bit more accurate for this quadrant right here, while this is more accurate for the larger term trends that we're looking at in the future. And then of course, I know we just looked at these ones, but we could always find another downward part, like way down here. Add another one. And you can do a lot of these, guys. You can do quite a few of these. And you see, still, not a good... Oh, wait. Okay, we got one right here. We have a good level of support down here at 44,000. You can see if I scroll out a little bit, they're really close together, so much so that when I look at like a normal chart, you can't really see them. So I could say 44,000 is a pretty decent level of support for us up right now. And then from there, that'd be a good opportunity if you guys wanted to have a limit order or something like that. Now, and that's if we go back over to the main Bitcoin chart. If we stay in this downward pennant right here, downward triangle, we could easily have hit 44,000 a little bit later. That'd have to come off of a drop off, though, it looks like. So, but yeah, so we could always see it break down, maybe even to a dip and rip if that's only 44,000. But yeah, so you see there's a big level of support down here. So yeah, Fibonacci retracement tools are really nice. There's a bunch of them here. There's trend-based Fibonacci extensions. Extensions different than retracement. Pitchforks, GAN boxes. A lot of this stuff I really don't use too much. Some of it just looks pretty crazy, like spirals. But yeah, and some of them I haven't even learned myself. I've never found a use for the Fibonacci wedge. I mean, it's there. You can use it. Probably best for that one. Yeah, I don't really use it much. That's not how you use it, how I just did it, but yeah, it's just not stuff I don't really like to use too much. Back to the 15 here. There we go. But yeah, if you guys watch any of my streams, you guys will see the Fibonacci levels there. They're not really levels to be buying and selling at. There's always technicals like trend lines and stuff that are always more effective. But if the price is coming down and you want to find a place like, hey, I want to buy it as it approaches this Fibonacci, that's the best way to use the Fibonacci retracement tool. That's like actually why it's there. Just don't rely on the Fibonacci exclusively. There's other things out there as well to help you out. Hey, Steve. Hey, Mike, my hands look like raw meat trying to catch this falling knife. Yeah, ADA is looking, has been pretty brutal right now. I think it wants to come down all the way down to $1 unless Bitcoin's able to really save it here. Bitcoin's going to have to start churning up a little bit more if it wants to save ADA, because ADA is not looking so hot. It just doesn't have those key support levels because it rose so fast a few months ago, and now it's just kind of like in this no man's land where it wants to come all the way back down and gap down. So, hey, Joe Gold. Yeah, Bitcoin did have a double top a while ago, and that's why we're in this situation. Yeah, we broke down below that neck level. Oh, sorry, my Google Home thing is talking to me. Let's see. Hey, Rob. EGLD. I don't really trade it too much. I know it can be pretty volatile sometimes. I think it's a high risk play, but if you wanted to put some money away for that high risk play for hold for long term, you could definitely do that. I would say like no more than a couple $100. Leave it alone, forget about it. And if the company is able to succeed, you make some money. Otherwise, you just lost $200 or even $100 if you just want to toss some money in there. I'd feel much better about just holding it long term than actually the day-to-day tradings of it. Let's see. Hey, Mita, the name sounds familiar, but I can't recall exactly what it's from. Oh, sorry, guys, I'm missing something. Looks like everybody was talking about tacos and stuff like that. Hold on a second, guys. Hey, Justin, have a good night. Let's see. Hey, Cody, thanks for subscribing to the channel, man. I really do appreciate it. Let's see. iToken on Ethereum. What's that? Let's see. Hey, Cracker Valley, nice to see you back, man. And yeah, as more traffic comes to BitGet, they will definitely get more people buying up their coins. And they're just getting started with all the staking and all that stuff like that. So I know it's going to be pretty good. But again, it's a long-term hold for me. It's a long-term hold. So we'll see how far that takes me. Hey, Ghost, have a fantastic rest of your night. See. Hey, Mike, does anybody know what happened today on Coinbase? Yeah, so from what I understand, it had a glitch as well as with CoinMarketCap.com. If you guys would have opened up your Coinbase accounts today, you guys would have thought you were millionaires or potentially billionaires today. And Coinbase had all, CoinMarketCap.com had all the numbers really inflated. So like everything was just like up by thousands of percents. So for most people, they would have felt that they were making a bunch of money when they really hadn't. So it was just some type of glitch that hit different people, I guess. But yeah, that's basically what happened. And it seemed like it caused a lot of chaos because a whole bunch of people were expecting to make some money and the money wasn't there. Imagine opening up your crypto account to see you're a millionaire, then you realize, oh, I'm not really a millionaire. Hey boy, what you doing? What are you eating? Okay. Thought Loki was eating something he wasn't supposed to, so I gotta watch the puppy. Hey, D, is it possible head and shoulders? On the daily chart, Bitcoin can have a head and shoulders, yes. In order for that to happen, though, we would need to come up here quite a bit. So if you got, and head and shoulders, guys, that you guys don't know, it's a bearish pattern. Let me just show it to you very fast. Can I zoom in on this? Sorry for the bad words, whatever. Up, down, breakdown. Shoulder, head, shoulders, okay? It's never as clean as this. This is the only reason I don't like showing you this stuff. It's never as clean as this basic level here and this level here. It's never, it can be that clean, but rarely is it that clean. So just remember that, shoulder, head, and shoulder. So if I go to Bitcoin here, and I go to the Bitcoin's daily chart, shoulder, head, potential shoulder, right here, and then we could also break down to $30,000 that way as well. I'm hoping that in that shoulder, bulls come in just long enough to really try to save us, so where we can try to stay on this uptrend. So I hate deleting this and putting it back up again, but that's fine. So Bitcoin, if it wants to complete this head and shoulders, will end up popping back up, possibly coming back up to $60,000, something like that. It should come back down to test eventually on this now large, freaking massive pennant where we have like that, right? And then from there, it has an opportunity to continue this uptrend. Where's that little thing? Continue the uptrend and bounce around and hopefully go to all-time highs whenever that wants to happen. It doesn't have to take that long. It could definitely just, all that could happen in this short amount of time. It's just I have this chart so freaking squeezed. But if the head and shoulders does complete itself, right, it will take a drop down here, somewhere down here to about, let's say 44,000, 42,000 down here at support. And at that point, it has another opportunity to bounce, or it has an opportunity to freaking plummet right here back down to these support levels. Okay. And that's not going to be any good here. The neck level that we need to stay above is right here, about $42,000 or so. So we don't want to have that happen. Those are going to be a lot of big moments here. But if we do have this shoulder here, if we do start breaking down here from this trend line, that'll be the mother of all shorting opportunities for you guys. And you guys can, like, if you guys just put down leverage on the positions, you guys could be walking away with hundreds of percents if that does happen. That'd be a golden opportunity for making money in the short realm, because that breakdown would be massive. But we'll talk about that if it actually comes down to it. Again, I have a link down below for BitGet. I highly recommend you guys start learning how to short or use leverage, and probably both. But instead of using your own money, the reason I recommend BitGet is because they have paper trading. So you can practice with fake money and learn how to trade with fake money, especially with leverage, which is really high risk, instead of trying to do it yourself. Instead of using your own money to trade, because leverage, you will lose money learning. There's just no way around it. You will lose money trying to trade with leverage at first, just because of the fees, which are worth it, but definitely annoying as hell. But definitely worth it. But yeah, so that's the head and shoulders I'm looking at on the daily chart now. I know it sucks. I really don't want to see it happen here, but that is definitely one of the possibilities that we can see going forward for sure. Definitely one of the possibilities. Just like here on the weekly chart, we currently are in a double top, where in this double top, we can come top, top, we could come all the way back down here to the neck and then have a reversal. And if you wanted to see a picture of that one's going to look more like top, breaks below the neck and comes down. And for this one, the neck is right here. See that right there? And if we did that, then we'd be coming down even harder. Though. That would take us back down to like the teens, like $10,000 Bitcoin, $15,000 Bitcoin. That'd be insane. People would really consider, like, the whole crypto industry would probably freak out at that point, because like there's like so many like trillions of dollars of money on the line in that case, right? So I'm in my mind, I'm thinking they would not allow that to happen. Maybe if like the governments got involved and they started really bashing on crypto, maybe that would have some type of effect on it. But that we're in another opportunity to have a double top here. So well, hopefully that doesn't come to pass though. As far as it playing out more realistically, something more of a head and shoulders could definitely happen, where we have a shoulder, head, and then shoulder coming up, and then looking to either come back down or try to hold on to this trend line here. And there we go here. There you go. So we're just trying to have this small break at the moment. You can see every time we're just getting hammered back down here. We did have this nice little golden cross in the 15 though. Hey Jay, I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen with Bitcoin, that redenomination. I would say probably invest that money into something else until they figure it out. Because once that redenomination occurs, I don't know if the price is going to tank or not. I really don't, because you normally you don't want to add that much supply into the market. It's just not something you do, because without the demand there, it's going to lower the value of those coins. So I would say put it somewhere else for now, just to be safe. I'll let you know when I'm more comfortable. I shaved off some of my BitTorrent too, so I'm just waiting to see how the market reacts once that denomination is completed. Hey Jose, hey Hook Them Fish. As far as Doge is concerned, based on how it is done over the past few months, history would suggest this thing wants to come back down to like 16 cents, 15 cents. Okay, that's what I'll say 16 cents, because that's where it started off spiking. That's what normally historically it wants to come back down after it pops. So that's the best way to play, is to probably short this sucker if it does fall down below this trend line here that it used to be a resistance trend line. If Bitcoin is able to rally here over the next few days before Dogecoin drops, that could save Dogecoin a little bit and start to have a little bit more of an impactful rally for Dogecoin, which would be kind of nice. My thoughts are, if you guys already hold Dogecoin, you guys don't have to buy anymore. If you guys want to buy into Dogecoin, I would only be buying into a small amount at this moment in time, okay? The good thing for Dogecoin's chart is if we go over here to the 4-hour, we had a nice breakout, a solid breakout. We're currently holding this trend line here as a support level. If we're lucky, we'll be able to kind of bounce back up here and start making better moves. We're having the 20 on the 4-hour chart cross above the 50. We haven't had that happen for a minute here, which led to a smaller spike, which was kind of nice, but nothing really crazy. But we haven't broken out here since October 28th, so it's been a minute. It's been a minute for Dogecoin. And we are in this channel here. We saw the double top, broke down below, top, right? We do have an opportunity, since we're in this channel, to start a reversal back up here towards 35 cents or so. So if you guys wanted to try that as a swing trade, you definitely could. You could even put a little bit more money in there. But what I would say is you want to have a pretty decent stop loss in that case, because let's say you want to use 16 cents as your stop loss. You're going to be risking about 12% risk for about 94% gains. So the risk analysis, it's there. But you might want to enter into it slowly, because again, historically, every time Dogecoin pops, it likes to come back down, unfortunately. So if somebody was going to ask me, Michael, do you think Dogecoin is going to come back down or it's going to go up? I would say it's going to go back down but it's still a great opportunity to buy if you wanted to try to make the swing play here. Or if you guys wanted to actually, you guys wouldn't even need to have a stop loss on here at 16% loss or 16 cents. You guys could just use this trend line here as support, or maybe just do a 5 to 6% stop loss here to protect yourself a little bit more without having to open yourself up to so much risk. But the opportunity is there if you guys wanted to take it. But if you guys aren't really, if you guys don't trade with leverage too much or stuff like that, it'll be a little bit more of a risky play. But it's worth taking if you ask me. It's worth taking a little bit of fun there. If you don't have any Dogecoin, it could be a good opportunity. Watch Bitcoin though. If Bitcoin falls, this thing will plummet. Back over here to the 15 on Doge. There we are. Let's see right here. Hey Corinna, what time do I usually go live? Normally it's around 7 p.m. Pacific time. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit here, maybe to 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock. I'm not entirely sure here. And I'll probably do some more weekend streams going forward. My mom's been in the hospital for the past few days, so my schedule's been all out of whack. But I would assume right now until the end of the month, it'll be about 7 p.m. Pacific time. And if you ever want to know what time I'm live, I will usually put up the video a while in advance saying, hey everybody, I'm going live here, or not a video, like I'll have it scheduled out. So if you just hop on my channel screen, you will see the next live video I have. It says upcoming videos, upcoming live stream, 7 p.m. Pacific time, and it'll show you that right there. Oh yeah, 10 p.m. Eastern time. There you go. That's a better way to say it. Let's see. Hey Brett, Nano Dimension. I have never heard of it. Kathy Woods dropped 20 million, and the CEO of Nano Dimension put down 500K. Is this possible moneymaker? I would say it's something I'd toss some money in there just to see what happens with it. Now, as far as what's going on with it, let me take a peek at it. I'm gonna try to find the ticker. That's why. NNDM. There you go. 20 million. Technology, computer, Israel. I don't know how I feel about that one. I'm really picky about American stocks. Let's see here. For the quarter, down 32. Shares in open market. Okay. Hey boy. Let me check out the main website. What do they do? Electronics industry. 3D printer for the fabrication of high performance electronic devices. HiPet. New flight software. Okay. And one last thing here. Market cap is $1 billion already. Wowza. Is it all-time lows here? Weekly. No, not all-time lows. Just kind of creeping down here for a while. I would say this is something that you could put a little bit of money in there every few weeks, and if it goes as it goes up, you can continue adding money into it. I would say it's probably not the best opportunity just to buy in bulk at the moment. But if you want to buy, like, $100 at $100 investment into $4 stock price right here every month, that'd be something you could look into. You can do more than that or less than that. It's up to you. But I'd say if you want to, it looks like it has a good potential here. It just kind of has to get it, has to kind of start doing some stuff in order to keep investors happy, it looks like. But I would say a little bit of money every month, and that's the safe way to play it. I would not be buying this in bulk. If you're going to be buying this like $500 in bulk or something like that, you're going to have to buy it and just forget about it, because it may turn a little bloody before it ends up making you some money on it. But I think if Kathy Woods is behind it, I think it has potential. Pop that right back here. See, hey, Trin Galaxy, I would not try to chase Dogecoin at this time. Like I said, historically, Dogecoin tends to try to come back down to the levels before it popped. So that's what I would say there. I would probably keep that money in cash form. If you did want to buy some Doge, you just pop in a few $100 to $1,000 in Doge right now in case it takes off down the road. But I wouldn't be tossing in $10,000 just yet into Dogecoin, unless you would just want to do it for a long-term hold or something like that. Let's see. Oh, hey guys, yeah, I know. I saw the guy. There was a guy saying crypto is a scam, and yeah, there's always been people like that. People can always be salty, and sometimes they are a scammer themselves. Oh, let's see. Hey Keith, CKB, I can take a quick peek at it, yeah. Almost had a double top, broke down here as well. If you wanted to buy this at the moment, I would say you could try to buy it around here at 0.018. So it's pretty darn close. I mean, what percent is that? Maybe if it takes another 2-3% down, you could consider buying it. Any other support levels here? It had a nice little rally, double top there, kind of killed it, just like this. Broke down. Also broke down here as well. Ah, that's why that big move at the moment. Okay. Yeah, for now, if you wanted to buy into this or you wanted to see this turn a little bit more bullish, you want to wait for it to break out here, just like with a lot of other coins. We're all waiting for these breakout opportunities. Until then, I wouldn't really touch this too much unless you wanted to buy on the support level, just in case it was to have a bounce and then break out later on. You want that really best price you can get on it. For now, I'd say wait for that breakout. That's going to give you a much more bullish buy-in period, and then from there you're going to hit some resistance here at this old trend line. So you might have a potential short-term gain of like 14% if you're trading with leverage. That could be anywhere from like 100% to 200%, which can be pretty nice. With a stop loss down here at 0.0185. Because if that starts breaking down here, you're going to be heading down to maybe like 0.016 or even a little bit lower down here at 0.013. So be careful with it. I would start to buy this if it actually did break out here. And there'd be a lot of other altcoins breaking out at the same time. Because on a lot of these charts, you can see these really steep downtrends. And once we break out of that one, we're going to probably go sideways for a little bit, but then start really, the bulls will get much more excited about and start pumping everything back up here. And hopefully burn some shorts out of the way as well. Let's see right here. Hey Jay, I appreciate it. Thank you very much, man. Hey Britt. Oh, don't worry about it, guys. I don't expect you guys to tune in every day. I know a lot of you guys tell me you guys watch the videos if you guys like after I'm done streaming or whatnot. And you guys just kind of fast forward to all the good stuff. So I can't blame it in that regard, because I know I'm always answering a bunch of questions. But good news is I am going to be putting out a bunch more short-term videos now. I'm hoping that my mom's going to be kind of good going forward, kind of stable and not having to go to the hospital as much. So if she is doing much better, I think I'll be able to put out a lot more content for you guys, which should be pretty nice. And then from there, you'll see me doing videos about, like I put out a Dogecoin video today. If you guys want to look at that one, I'll put out videos as far as options are concerned. I'll do one for the big events in crypto, and some other stuff like that. Maybe I got invited to some European Bitcoin convention thing going on. They gave me an electronic ticket because I think it's all virtual or something like that because of all the lockdowns in Europe. But I have not really taken a quick peek at it. I looked at the first day and I haven't been back since, just because I've been too busy with my mom being in the hospital, of course. So I'm going to take a peek at that one too and see if there's anything else good at it. And then for you guys that are members, I do put out special videos for you guys to tell you guys, hey, this looks like a good shorting opportunity. This looks like a good long opportunity and stuff like that. So for you members that pay the $2 a month, I want to show my appreciation for you guys and give you guys some of that content as well. So, alrighty. Let's see. Hey Bill, so far the Evergrande thing, it hasn't been causing too much panic. I think the reason it hasn't caused too much panic is like the shit really hasn't hit the fan, if that makes sense. I'm trying to think of a better way to say it, but the shit, sorry boy, I'll give you a nice little head itch. He's being all pouty since I'm not playing with him. I think it should hit the market soon, I guess. But until it does, we really don't know. China is doing a very, very, very good job of trying to minimize the effects. That's kind of one of the benefits of an autocracy. They can kind of do some crazy stuff like that, where us in America, we can't. I'm okay with the stock market tanking if I get some extra freedom. So, because I don't, I'm smart enough to know when to sell. But for now, I don't think it's gonna be too much of a big deal. It's kind of just in the distance, like, something's going on over there. We'll see how that debt kind of, how that impacts the markets. I'm hoping that the Federal Reserve over here will take steps to really mitigate those risks, that in case something really bad does happen with Evergrande and how they're defaulting on their payments, our financial system is not going to be, hurt from that type of poison, if you will, coming from the other side of the pond, as the British say. Hey, watching. I have not heard of Shiro. I don't know how to pronounce that. Inu. I have not looked up any new coins in a while, but I'll have to look at that one. Hey, what would you at Clorox stock? Usually that's kind of turned into a little bit of a pump thing, kind of like the vaccine ones. But let me take a quick peek at it. And this is weekly here. Yeah, we'll go monthly. This wick really messed up some stuff daily. I mean, it's a potential gap up play. I mean, actually, it already filled up this old gap. But you could try to get up here to $181. So you could definitely think about buying some there. You would have a stop. I think it would be better just small options play. It hasn't really been moving all too fast, and it broke out here above 173, and it didn't really do anything afterwards. So it was a false breakout, probably because of the market. If it does break out above, let's say 174, you can buy some 176, 180 option calls, expiring probably about 2 weeks out, and then from there ride it up to at least 177, 180, and then you could start to scale out probably around the 177 mark, and that's how you'd play this right now. Otherwise, if you're just looking to buy shares, going back down to the weekly chart, you're going to have a stop loss somewhere down here at 156, and then see if this can turn into a reversal where you ride it up and start scaling out at about $200, 210, 220, 230, and then probably get the rest of it out by the time it reaches back up to these all-time highs here. I think right now this is more of a COVID thing, which is why this happened. Short term, I think this may try to consolidate back up here at $200, but I don't expect this to have some massive swing unless COVID and this Omicron variant causes a lot more fear into the marketplace. And so far, I haven't seen too much fear by it. The media tried to scream like bloody murder and whatnot when the Omicron variant came out, but I think they've taken a more relaxed tone now, if you will, saying that like it could be bad, but we don't know yet. All that type of random stuff that media people say. So I think you could try to swing it right now. Looks like it's slowing down on this descent. Looks like there's a lack of sellouts at the moment, so buyers can take over and reverse this trend if there's enough of them. So I think it's a good play. There you go. Bitcoin just having the hardest time of the small breakout. Let's see. Hey Bill, my mom's doing a lot better now. Thanks for asking. Hey Justin, yeah, it does make a big difference. Yeah. Hey Bill, it hasn't hit the fan yet for sure. I mean, very, very, very much so. Let's see. Nano might help out in the space. Exactly. Hey Jason, Doge in 22, your thoughts? For now, Doge still looks fairly weak like most other crypto. If Bitcoin does have another rally next year, I expect Dogecoin to follow along with it, and maybe it has a chance to go parabolic. Dogecoin needs more good news though for it to actually do anything, because it's been bleeding out more consistently than any other coin I've seen for the most part. Maybe SHIB has been bleeding out a lot more, but that's because it had a pop just like Dogecoin did. So at the moment, I think Doge can reach $1 next year, but it's really going to take a nice catalyst and a lot of people getting involved with Dogecoin again. And maybe the creators of Dogecoin are going to really have to start making some deals or something to really get that hype back in there, because there's been a lack of hype as far as Dogecoin is concerned. And I'm not really sure what the owners, the developers of the coin have been working on, because they just haven't been. Maybe they have been working on it, but it just hasn't reached my ear or something like that. I'm still holding my Doge. but I would like to see them start to really, this price to really start making a move going into next year. From Clorox, only an opinion. Stay away if possible. Oh yeah, it's because of the lack of sellers. Let's see. Hey Bill, do you like Hex? I have some, only for a long-term holder. That's about it. There we go. All right, everybody. I'm gonna end the stream and take my dog out. He has to go use the bathroom. It was a fun 2 hours with you guys. I will be back live tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time for you guys. And then from there, we'll see what happens. As far as Dogecoin is going, consider, guys, be careful. It could history would suggest it wants to come back down. If it does not come back down, awesome, we'll be fine. But history would suggest it wants to come back down. So just be very careful about how you play this out. I'm hoping that it manages to stay. In order for this to really start to rally back up, Bitcoin's going to really have to break out here and start moving back up here towards this other breakout opportunity at the top of this pennant at about $50,000 or so, which is currently about $2,000 away from where we are at the moment. So I would not be putting any more money into Doge. Whatever you guys have in Doge, I'd say it's good enough at this moment in time. Again, because most of the time, like 95% of the time, when Dogecoin pops, it tends to come back down, guys. So I don't want you guys to be chasing. And then if you buy up here and it comes back down, you guys are going to be down like 11% and just be kind of pissed off at Dogecoin or crypto in general. Okay. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your night, and I will see you guys tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Thanks. And you guys will see that I have, if you guys check out my channel at any point in the day, you will see the following streams time up there for you guys, just to make it a little bit easier. Thanks again, everybody.